shiny stuff out there that looks like sand. That's sand. Okay, we'll be seeing lots of sand too. Alright, but now is a good time to pull out your camera. Make sure your flash setting is off to get that good snapshot through the viewports. It's also not a bad idea to take some test shots. Try a couple different settings. Some cameras have aquarium modes, some of them have portrait modes. Kind of cycle through, try a few different things, see what works for you the best. Not a bad idea. And if you're having trouble with your flash, you just don't know how to turn that little flash off, just put your finger over the flash and take a photo. You'll be surprised at how well that turns out. Pretty caveman way to fix it, but it works. We don't mind. Alright, but right now we are seeing the lower lying corals. Oh, but the starboard side.
Fishies.
They won the coin toss for this tour today, folks. They're going to get the first view of the first highlight, which is the South Reef. Now, friends, the way we conduct the tour is by taking turns. So right now is the starboard side turn for the good front row view. In about 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, we'll spin this up around and put this in front of you guys too. We're going to keep it fair for everybody. But don't get left out, port side, okay? The lower lying corals, you get eels, there's octopus, there's crabs, lobsters, echinoderms, whales. Yes, they're out here, absolutely. That happens. Alright, but starboard side, when you find a large reef, you also find a lot of large fish. Some big ones in the middle are silver with some blue tint. These are bluefin trevallies. Keep your eyes on them. They're predators. They're looking for some lunch right now. They'll eat any fish smaller than they are. Now, it's always cute when fish live together in harmony and everybody swims in unison. That's nice, but when a fish eats another fish right in front of you, that's awesome. Oh yes, yeah, they're very long, skinny fish, folks. That is a coronet fish. Super skinny. This is where we get our fish sticks on now.
Where's the skinny fish though?
Alright, but we've also got a very large school of yellowfish, which have 4 blue stripes on the side of their bodies. Turn on the lights for you. Bam! There you go. All lit up. Alright, once again, blue line snapper. You can find them on the shark page of your sushi menu if you look to the left.
Whoa.
Now, as I mentioned, their name is blue line snapper, but out here, we call them tape. Okay, now tape is not a Hawaiian word. Okay, the letter T is not even in the Hawaiian alphabet. So you probably guessed it. They're not from Hawaii.
It's really skinny over there.
They were introduced here in the late 50s by the Department of Fish and Game. They were introduced because back in the 50s, overfishing was already becoming a problem, and someone complained that Hawaii didn't have enough fish. So the department wanted to add some more fish to help supplement the commercial fishing industry. Now, friends, that's a great idea, but you put into motion, folks. Wait a minute.
It's right over there. You're welcome,
everyone. Try and get a little view here of this this remote-controlled shark.
A pufferfish.
Now it's real. Yeah, take a look straight down. This is it's moving. I think our O's going right underneath us, though, of course. Naturally, that's exactly what we're doing.
He's gone. Oh, do you see the pufferfish over there, Mom? Yeah. It's really big.
That's good news, folks. Take a look. The shark is out here somewhere. So keep your eyes. If you see it, point it out to your neighbor. Try to get everyone a good view. Friends, that was a white-tipped reef shark. Okay, it's actually on your sushi menu.
Right there, down there.
Oh, wow!
Shark. You notice how it's going in for a landing right now, just kind of sleeping? Now, this might be a surprise to a lot of you. This definitely surprised me the first time I saw a shark just laying on the ocean floor. I was told they have to keep moving to stay alive. That sound familiar? Okay, well, that's true, I guess, for about 80% of sharks. Except for the bottom-dwelling shark family. Now, bottom dwellers include white-tipped reef sharks like this, also the angel shark, the dogfish shark, the lemon shark, the nurse shark, and pretty much all rays. Not part of the shark family, too. Yeah. I'm going to spin around, give the port side of shots. Thank you for your patience, port side. And what you've noticed though so far in these lower lying corals that you only find little fish. And this makes sense, because the corals out here are small too. The fish have to be smaller than the coral they're hiding in, otherwise it doesn't work. They get eaten. Alright, we're coming ahead. Let's see, where is that shark? But you got the South Reef. This is the southernmost points of our dive sites here at Atlantis. We'll be cruising north through the whole dive today.
You see it over there? Look straight out.
Oh, here it is. There's the shark, straight down, port side. Excellent, there you go. Now, I wanted to point out its mouth. Look at this thing here, okay? It is chomping away. This is not an attack posture.
There he is.
He's just breathing. You're forcing water through the mouth and out the gills to pull out the oxygen right now. If the shark wanted to intimidate the submarine, it would have pulled out a can opener. But that's not likely. Not gonna happen.
I didn't see any shark now.
Okay, great question, folks. So, do you see whales down this far? The answer is yes and no. Typically more no than yes. When we're this close to the ocean floor, we're probably 5 feet right now off the ocean floor. And there's no reason for them to come down here and scratch their bellies on corals. They like to hang out in the midwater column, anywhere from 20 feet to 80 feet in this area. Oh, there's the long coronet fish. And there's another one here. Notice how it's striped up closer to us? These guys can change the color of their skin. They can change the striping. They can make spots. They can do
Did you see it?
stripes. They can, in the wintertime, they do plaid.
Dad, the coronet fish is behind us.
Not a bad view.
Yeah, it's a big one too.
Long,
I got it on video.
Alright, so 1 in 10 on that depth gauge. Pressure up here. Excellent. Now you notice how the fish are just at the reef. They're really not anywhere else right now. They're here because when these predators show up, they can duck between the plates of this plate coral. It's a great spot to hide. Typically predators are way too big. Their heads can't fit between these plates to eat a fish, so they're safe.
Oh, look at that
Now
funny
the reef
fish
is
right there. It's
also
just
covered
there.
in algae. Yeah,
That's
that's the case. Algae, that same algae on the reef covers the outside skin of the submarine. So don't be surprised when fish come up to the sub and munch on it. We don't care, that's fine. Except if the fish start to eat near the edges of the viewports, you might want to get my attention. Because once those fish break through the duct tape on the outside of your viewports, there's not a lot of paper mache and chicken wire behind that stuff.
Monkfish down there, or stonefish, or is that just?
I compromise the integrity of the hole.
I'm not sure.
Alright, we're going to go right over the top here, folks. 104 depth gauge. Now, going over the top, this allows us kind of a different view. You can look straight down into the homes of the fish. Do you notice a white ring or trim around the outside edge of some of the coral? Now, that white ring is maybe 1/8 of an inch. It might be 1/4 of an inch. But you're seeing a year's worth of new plate coral growth.
Okay.
Oh yeah, starboard side's got the shark. There it is. You also notice how the fish are swimming right next to the shark and not afraid of it.
Oh, that's
Kind of strange.
a sea cucumber right there
They know the
too.
shark's sleeping. It's nocturnal sharks. During the daylight, nothing to worry about.
He's looking at us.
Alright, but like I said, very slow coral growth in Hawaii. I'm willing to bet that some of you have been to the equator or to the Caribbean, and you might remember how those corals can grow much faster. Some of them grow an
Oh, look
inch
at
a
that sea
year.
urchin.
A few of them even grow 2 inches a year. That's really rapid coral growth.
My dress is
But the equator also has prime coral growing conditions. Near direct sunlight, much warmer
see a
water.
fish over there. Don't know what type.
But
Can't really
the
see
water down here is still warm. I don't want to confuse you folks. It is warm, even here at 104 feet. If I stuck a thermometer outside, it would read 73 to 74 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Kid you not. It's true.
Surprising.
The coral there seems more colorful too.
We're in the Caribbean. Oh, see, this is due to light refraction. Okay. Do you have any scuba divers on board? All right, light refraction. You lose color the further you go down. I'm gonna go into this on we're at the deepest part of the dive. It's very evident right there. But you're exactly right. You're wondering where are all the colors that you see in National Geographic, the Discovery Channel? They're here. We just can't see them. Okay, Okay, we need to bring an extra light or a big flash down here to illuminate everything.
That's why it was so good, like in police and stuff.
Of course, yeah,
So
20
close.
feet down, yeah,
So
you're
close.
great. Now, if they were at 120 feet, they would get the same blue color. Yes. All right. But moving around though, folks, something you might not be aware of. I wasn't aware of this until I moved out here, but about 99% of the ocean's floor is figured to be a sand or a mud bottom. 99% of the ocean's floor is a desert or a mud pit. There's really not much to see in the greater part of the ocean, is what they're guessing right now. Now, since there isn't much to see in this tiny part of the tour, we're going to take this up to top speed. Okay, if you would, hang on to the little loose items, cell phones, cameras. 3, 2, 1.
That's it right there.
Whoa,
We gotta
it's
slow down.
anchor.
We're at the next highlight. All right, there it is. Slow down. All right, put on the brakes.
That's cool.
Yeah, starboard side. Here we go. We got an anchor. And port side, you can get your own anchor in a minute. I'm not gonna forget about you guys. In fact, your anchor is even larger than this one. So you guys are gonna get anchor envy, folks. Don't. Yeah. And there's actually a lot of anchors out here in this dive site. Right now, we are touring what used to be the satellite parking stalls of Lahaina Harbor, back when it was the whaling capital of the Pacific Ocean. Try to imagine 300 to 400 ships each year cruising in and out of this harbor. Now back then, those sailors didn't have scuba equipment. They couldn't swim down and retrieve an anchor that got lost. So, as I mentioned, we found a few.
There's all fishies.
Alright, now, starboard side, you're going to get a little miniature highlight right here. Oh, a white-mouthed moray eel sticking his head out at you. You can tell by its white mouth when it opens
It's on
up.
the side somewhere.
I see. It's right there.
Right there in front of you.
Okay, but now starboard side, you have absolutely nothing. Okay, they got. Yeah, we keep it fair. Port side, you guys got the best view at the moment.
What?
There's nothing but sand on the starboard side.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what the rest of the ocean looks like, so you get a good eye full of it. Coral doesn't grow in sand. Coral doesn't grow in mud because it's too loose. Coral needs a really solid surface to build a home off of.
Oh yeah.
Now, coral also needs sunlight. In Hawaii, sunlight reaches just past about 600 feet. But the average depth of the ocean is closer to 12,000 feet. So the lack of sunlight and the lack of places to grow,
Yeah,
those are
it's
two
big,
big
eh?
reasons why 0.2% of the ocean's floor has coral. Not 2%, I'm saying 0.2% of the entire ocean's floor contains coral. So folks, there's not a lot out there. Not much at all.
Oh look. Wait, no, that's seaweed. Never mind.
Ah, there used to be, but not anymore. No, those
No crabs, eh?
Huh?
I didn't see any crabs, I'm surprised. Maybe it's
Probably
too
became
far down.
lunch.
But now that they have coral on them, we can't pull them out of the water. This coral is protected.
Oh, look, fish. Oh look, those big butterfly fish.
Yeah,
Mostly in the Caribbean is where most of the ships are sinking out here.
we're like 105
Now this area,
feet.
yes, not a lot going on. Port side, yeah, you guys got still the best view at 104 feet. I think a little miniature coming up here. There you go, port side. Here's your anchor.